Welcome, everyone. If you're starting a business, you've probably heard these two names thrown around, ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands. But which one is actually the right fit for you? Well, in this explainer, we're cutting through all the marketing hype to give you a straight-up, head-to-head comparison. Let's dive right in. So what's the fundamental difference here? It really boils down to two completely different philosophies. You've got ZenBusiness on one side, who we're calling the legal foundation. Their whole game is about getting your business set up correctly and keeping you compliant. Then you've got Tailor Brands, which is more like the creative launchpad. They're a one-stop shop for building your brand, your logo, your website, at the same time you're doing the legal stuff. Okay, so let's talk about money. Both of these companies love to advertise a very, very tempting offer. But as you can probably guess, the real story isn't in the headline price, it's buried in the details, and more importantly, the long-term costs. And there it is, $0 plus your state fees. Both ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands use this to get you in the door. You just pay whatever your state charges to file the paperwork. But you have to understand this is just the starting line. All the services that most businesses actually need, yeah, those are all add-ons. And this is exactly where those costs start to pile up. A registered agent, which, is a legal requirement in most states, is going to set you back $199 a year with either one. An EIN, that's your business's tax ID, is another $99. And then you've got annual compliance services for another $199 a year. You can see how these recurring fees are really where they make their money. Now here's a really important little piece of fine print we dug up. Some states only make you file a compliance report every 2 years. It's called a biannual report. But both services might sign you up for an annual subscription for that service. That means you could end up paying every single year for something you only need every other year. It's a small detail, but man, it can add up. And when you stretch these fees out over, say, 5 years, the difference becomes massive. Because of its whole subscription model that's packed with branding tools, Tailor Brands can end up costing you hundreds, sometimes even over $1,000 more than ZenBusiness in the long run. So we've gone deep on cost, but let's get to the fun part. What do you actually get for your money? This is where the two services really go their separate ways. It's a classic battle of legal formation versus brand creation. ZenBusiness is absolutely laser-focused on the legal nuts and bolts. We're talking features like worry-free compliance to handle your annual reports. They bundle the must-have EIN and operating agreement into their Pro plan, and you get access to actual US-based human support. They even offer a shot at a $5,000 grant. It is all about building a solid, legally sound foundation for your company. Now flip over to Tailor Brands, and their feature list looks like something from a creative agency. You've got an AI logo maker, a website builder, a digital business card, even a social media post generator. This is so clearly aimed at the entrepreneur who isn't just forming an LLC, but needs to launch a full brand identity right out of the gate. And what about speed? I mean, if you're in a rush, this definitely matters. On their basic plans, ZenBusiness is quicker. We're talking about 7 to 10 business days versus Tailor Brands 14. And if you're willing to pay to expedite it, ZenBusiness says they'll turn it around in 1 day, just barely beating Tailor Brands. Okay, features and prices on a website are one thing, but what happens when things go wrong? How do these services actually perform when you need help? Let's talk about the real-world experience, especially when it comes to customer support. And wow, the difference here is night and day. ZenBusiness is really known for having accessible, human support that you can get on the phone or chat with 7 days a week. Tailor Brands, they take a chatbot-first approach. You kind of have to fight your way through the bot to even get to an email address, and the reviews on that experience are, well, they're pretty mixed. The big question for you is, how much do you care about talking to a real person right away? It's also really important to inject a dose of reality here. Not every customer has a great time. We found this comment on Reddit where a user said, "My first LLC with ZenBusiness, and my experience with them was terrible. Both services are horrible." It's a pretty powerful reminder that even with thousands of good reviews, these platforms can be super frustrating for some people. And hey, doing it yourself is always an option. So what happens if you sign up and then change your mind? This is another huge difference. ZenBusiness has a very clear 60-day money-back guarantee, which is one of the best you'll find. Tailor Brands' policy is way more strict. It basically says all fees are non-refundable. That makes ZenBusiness a much, much safer bet if you're not totally sure. All right, we've hit on cost, features, and the real-world user experience. It's time to put it all together in our final rapid-fire scorecard. Let's break down the good, the bad, and the ugly for each of these services. So for ZenBusiness, the pros are pretty straightforward. Their pricing is transparent, their compliance tools are solid, and you get great human support from a reputable company. On the flip side, the cons. Users constantly complain about really aggressive upsells when you're checking out, the extras can get expensive, and that free plan is, well, extremely limited. And with Tailor Brands, the pros are all about branding. It's a fantastic all-in-one package for creators, and it has a really slick, modern feel. The drawbacks, though, are pretty major. The pricing is not clear up front. Key legal stuff like a registered agent will always cost you extra. Support is limited, and their basic plan is just slow. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. After all of this, which one should you actually go with? Well, the truth is, the answer depends completely on what your priorities are. So let's make this simple. You should choose ZenBusiness if your number one goal is getting the legal stuff done right and staying compliant. You should also pick them if you're on a budget and if you really value being able to talk to a human when you need help. If you want your core legal docs bundled together efficiently, ZenBusiness is your answer. On the other hand, you should choose Tailor Brands if your main goal is to launch a full brand, not just a legal company. If you're a creator, an influencer, or someone who values the convenience of having everything, legal and creative, in one place and you're okay paying a bit of a premium for that convenience, then Tailor Brands was practically built for you. So at the end of the day, it's really not about which service is universally better, it's about which one is better for you. And that decision comes down to one simple question. Are you trying to build a legal foundation, or are you trying to launch a complete brand? Your answer to that question tells you everything you need to know.